Hi guys, my name is Diego, and today I'm here to show you guys how to get the most out of your pizza kit. Not only are pizza kits awesome for kids' activities, you can bring it into a date night, or even if you're having a family function, we can make pizza for everyone. Let's go over the contents of a pizza kit. The first thing I want to talk about is your dough ball. See, the cool thing about a pizza kit is it's customizable. You can get a small, medium, large. Today, we're working with the medium dough ball. And the cool thing about our dough balls is they're made fresh every morning from a huge 80-pound dough ball. We slice that thing up and bring it directly to you in your pizza kit. Next thing is our sauce, followed by that is our cheese, and fun fact, it's actually made in Las Cruces. Another customizable piece of your pizza kit is your toppings. You can choose from a variety of the toppings that Dion's offers. Today we're rocking with green chili and pepperoni, and to finish it all off, we got you some seasonings like oregano, Parmesan, and red chili flakes. Now that we've talked about what comes in the pizza kit, let's go over some of the things that you're gonna need in your kitchen. First thing is an oven, obviously. But one thing that you're gonna need is a prep surface, one that you can get dirty and have enough room to make a lot of pizza. Now, I also wanna talk about flour. You can pick any kind that you'd like, any kind will do, but make sure that you have enough to get a little bit messy. Another thing that I wanna talk about is having a spoon or a ladle, however fancy you wanna get, but for me, my favorite big cereal spoon does the trick. Now let's talk about the tools that you actually need for the baking process. Now if you're trying to make it nice, perfectly cooked, a little bit more crispy, I would suggest using a pizza stone. These things are nice and they do the trick. But hey, if you're just trying to make do with what you got, any pan will do. Now, arguably the most important tool is gonna be a pizza cutter. It ensures that every piece is gonna be cut all the way through, but if you don't have one, you can struggle with the knife. Get one. Man, now let's get to cooking. So the first thing that we gotta do is we gotta make sure to preheat that oven to 450 degrees. And if you're using the pizza stone, go ahead and put that in there now so it can get up to temperature as well. We're gonna prep our surface area. Just be okay with getting it a little bit dirty, okay? This is part of the fun of making a pizza. We're gonna put our flour down and then we're gonna grab our dough ball. Now the thing about these dough balls is they can get a little bit sticky. That's why we're gonna make sure that we have enough flour, and you can put a little bit more than you'd think that you would need. Get it all, just coat it. And then we'll get that excess flour off just like that. Now that we got it nice and floured up, we're gonna make the most important part of the pizza, the handle to grab the crust. We're gonna make it about a Sharpie's width or about a ½ inch crust. Push all the way through the surface and spin as you go. All the way down, nice and consistent crust, looking good. The next step is going to be to define that crust more and to stretch that pizza to size. And it's almost like we're turning a wheel in a car. We're gonna drive that all the way around, and that should do it right there. Now for this step, this is the slap out. Don't be scared to put some hips into it, and just a couple times. Don't overdo it, but we're just gonna help it get to size. And the last step is going to be to walk it out. We gotta make sure that there's no inconsistencies, let the light kind of shine through, and make sure that it's an even all the way around and get it to that perfect shape. So at this point, we're ready to start topping our pizza. So either lay it down on your pan at this point, or we're gonna start taking the pizza stone out of the oven so we can top it directly on the stone. And just another pro tip that helps it from sticking if you're worried about that is just a little bit of flour on your pan. So I'm gonna bring that over, get that nice and spread around, grab my pizza, plop her right on there just like that. So we got that nice circle shape on there, our crust looking beautiful. What I like to call this part is a blank canvas for that beautiful pizza art. First thing we want to do is lay down our sauce. Now the cool thing about our pizza kit is if you're a sauce person like me, you can put as much as you want. And if not, you can put as little as you want. So we give you that option there, but we make sure that we cover your bases. So what I like to do is get a big heaping ladle or cereal spoon of sauce, throw her down right in the middle. We'll do one more because you know I love that sauce. And we're gonna just start spreading it around. But even if you love sauce as much as I do, you still wanna make sure that you keep yourself at least a ½ inch from that crust, because as everything starts to actually cook and go through in the oven, it's going to move around. So we wanna make sure that we have that little gray space and that it looks pretty. We can do a little bit more. Bada bang, bada boom. There we go, looking delicious. Next step is we're gonna go ahead and get our cheese and we're gonna make it rain down on there. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a couple handfuls here. And the good thing about a Dion's cheese is that it's a mixture of provolone and mozzarella. So it's gonna be stringy and coming out in every single bite delicious. And I like to start off at the corners and then work my way in. There we go, cheese is on there, looking good, looking delicious. And now that we got our cheese on there, we're gonna go ahead and start putting the toppings down. Now today we're going with pepperoni green chili, some of my favorites. So let's grab that green chili, and we're burqueño all the way through, so we're not scared to put down a lot of that green chili on there. Bang, bang, get some spice in every bite. Make sure that it's evenly spread. That's the most important part. You don't want anybody to get left out. There we go. Green chili looking good. And now we're gonna just lay these pepperonis down all the way around, and make sure that you put a generous amount, but don't let them be right on top of each other, because like I said, things do tend to move in the oven. So we're gonna put it all the way around, working from the outside going in. That looks good, starting that second layer right there. Bang, bang, bang. Boom. And I know you'll be tempted at this point to eat all the pepperonis. Try to refrain, okay? Boom. Looking delicious, evenly spread around. And now we're gonna put the flavor on top. We're going to add seasonings over here. We have Parmesan and oregano. I would say put these guys on there from the jump. Just right there, get it all nice and even. Parmesan around, and then oregano. This is how we do it at Dion's. Always finish a pizza with Parmesan and oregano. So now you guys can make sure that you get that kick in every bite. And then personally, I would say the crushed red peppers we'll put on after, but it's good to have them out so we don't forget. Now that we got this pizza topped, assembled, and ready to go, let's go ahead and put these bad boys in the oven. So now that our pizzas are in the oven, an important thing to note is that if you're cooking with the pizza stone, you're gonna wanna give it about 17 to 18 minutes, and if you're baking it on the tray, it's gonna be about 12 to 14 minutes. The indicators that your pizza is ready to go will be that the cheese is bubbling all the way across and the crust is golden brown. As you're watching it and waiting for it to come out, I would suggest turning the pizza so it gets that even cook and popping bubbles. And we're gonna pull them out of the oven. This is the finished product of the pizza stone, and then we have our pizza cooked on the tray. They're both looking delicious. They got that golden brown, the cheese, oh my gosh. And this is the perfect opportunity while it's cooling down to take some pictures, be proud of your work. But hey, once these things cool down, I say it's time to cut into them and eat.